Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Aston Villa v Liverpool, big Friday night football game. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I am quite surprised by the lineups tonight. I have to say, a little bit surprised. Thought we would see a different approach from Liverpool and Villa, to be honest. It's an interesting one. No Alexander Isak for Liverpool. He's out injured. Florian Wirtz on the bench. Mohamed Salah is back. He's on the bench as well. So, yeah, lots and lots of changes for both teams. Really looking forward to this one. And, yeah, get your thoughts in the chat. I've just put a little poser, a little teaser in the overlay there. Name your all-time combined Aston Villa Liverpool 11. Doesn't have to be the best. Just give me your favourites. Who are your favourites for these two sides? Who did you enjoy watching more than any? Some rogue shouts like Juan Pablo Angel was quite a popular one when we was doing this the other day. Finners Matty, Villa not even rotating for midweek, which I found a bit weird. Hahazam, how's it going, mate? Sarah, Liam, lovely to see you. Northville, Jellyfish, great to see you too, mate. Lancashire Evertonian, lovely to see everyone. Man City's Rodri, a doubt for the FA Cup final as well. That's happening at the minute. Okay. Harvey Elliott, yes. Harvey Elliott, it's a bit of very disappointing what's happened with Harvey Elliott this season, isn't it? Really, really disappointing. But I kind of feel sorry for the lad, but I also don't feel like it's Liverpool's fault. Liverpool have done everything we can possibly do with Harvey Elliott. We got him a move. Villa agreed to the move and then decided that, they don't want to play the kid. So, it's frustrating, but, what are we going to do? I don't feel like that's on Liverpool. Pete, how's it going, Pete? Lovely to see you, man. Dylan, come on the Hearts. Hearts tomorrow, 12:30. Huge game, that one. Football kit rater. Key, sorry to ask such a dumb question, but are the formations out? The formations are not out, no, but the lineups are. The lineups are there on the side here. So you've got the lineups. What the actual formation is, I guess we don't really know. It seems to be that Villa are going with a back five. They've gone with Konza, Torres and Lindelof. So that suggests a back five, maybe a back three with Matty Cash and Luca Dean very high. Tielemans and McGinn will sit in front of those with Rodgers, Buendia and Watkins as the front three. For Liverpool, it's probably going to be... we might even be mirroring them up here. It might well be. Joe Gomez is at right back. But he could also be tucking in and playing as a centre-back, couldn't he? Maybe Szoboszlai or Curtis Jones are still going to be part of that right-back, right-sided defence. Kirkes, Van Dijk, Kanate, Gomez. Mamadashvili is in goal. McAllister, Gravenberch, Jones. Szoboszlai on the right. Ngamoa off the left. Rio Ngamoa starts. And Cody Gakpo is at centre-forward. Looks like a bit like a 4-4-2 for us. I don't think we've got two centre-forwards there. No, I don't see two centre-forwards. Marul Wadi, best Premier League player of the season. No bias. Best Premier League player of the season, for me, would be Semenyo. I would give it to Semenyo. City of Northville says Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Carragher, Robertson, Gerrard, Milner, Coutinho, Salah, Suarez, Mane. Fair enough. I was trying to see if we could squeeze him in. Comments are unreadably small, font-wise. Well, I can do this. Hang on. I can do this now. Let me see if I can do it. Hang on. Let me see if I can do it. So, look at this. Hang on. Let me see if I can see it. Best Premier League player of the season, no bias. That was from Marul Wadi. So there you go. I can highlight chats now. I can highlight chats and I can put them centre stage. If there are obviously super chats and things like that, they'll come up as normal. But and they'll stay on there. But yeah, we can. Liam, he said no bias. That's very true. Right, there you go. So yeah, we've got something there, but yeah, the actual chat on the left hand side, it might be one of them where it's probably only going to be legible on TV. We need to sack Slot. Why? Why? Yeah, why? I don't get that. I don't get that. Lancashire, Evertonian Key. Genuinely not because I'm a toffee, but you could bottle Champions League. We're 4 points. We're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth. We're not bottling Champions League. Flames says Bruno is the Premier League Player of the Year. Why do you think that? Football Kit Rater, who do you think will be leaving Liverpool end of the season? We already know about Salah. I think Alisson's going, Robertson's going, Gomez is going. At this moment in time, Kanate is going, Curtis Jones is going, Salah's going, Chiesa's going. So there's an absolute confirmed 7. I think we might see McAllister move on as well. Something about McAllister suggests he might be going. Endo as well is another one. So we've between 7 and 9, I think genuinely we'll move on. Sometimes you just got to fill a quarter of fired managers to keep the rest of them scared and in line. Carl, prediction key. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you too, buddy. I've gone for 1-0. 1-0 tonight to Liverpool. Phil Harmer, first and only time I want Liverpool to win. Why? Why's that? You won't have that level of upheaval, surely. But that is what we did. That's what we did last year. We lost like 7 players last summer, so it wouldn't be a surprise if it happens again. Keep Slot for another season and see what he's on. From a Man City fan. Well, I listen. I know some rival fans are like, oh yeah, I want you to keep Slot. I get it. I totally get it. From my point of view, I really, really want to see us keep him. Like, as a Liverpool fan, I genuinely believe he's the right guy. I think you've got to see this season as one of them where everything's just gone wrong. Absolutely everything's gone wrong, and a lot of it is out of his control. He has certainly made mistakes, but a lot of it is out of his control. So I don't think Arne Slot should be sacked at all. I'd maybe be in fact, maybe we put that as the poll. So maybe we change the poll. So maybe, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to change the poll. I'm going to do an answer honestly, right? Answer honestly. Should Liverpool... Thank you, Sarah. Should Liverpool sack Arne Slot or keep him next season? Keep him. Okay, there you go. We've got a little poll going with Arne Slot. Let's see if people get behind that. I don't know. Let's see. Teaching Tony, love UK. How much should I put on Liverpool? I wouldn't be so brave about backing us tonight, mate. I really wouldn't. Isak injured again. I don't think it's injury. I think it's again they're being very careful with him. These are games where Alexander Isak. Probably the prioritising the World Cup and trying to keep him fresh for the World Cup. Liverpool don't really need to, it's not that it's a dead rubber, because it isn't a dead rubber game. But Alexander Isak's priority now will be fit for the World Cup for Sweden and be fit for next season for Liverpool. What he doesn't want to do is come back too early and, make himself injured for a big game at the World Cup or something like that. He can't be doing that. Lancashire Evertonian says Martinez, Digne, Konza, Van Dijk, Cash, Tielemans, Soboslai, Engamoa, Rodgers, McGinn, Watkins off tonight's teams. Yeah, I was going to say maybe off tonight's teams. That might be a better way of doing it. Goalkeeper Gary Charles, right back McGrath, Echiog, Alan Wright, Daly, Townsend, Hendry, Staunton. Well, at least Staunton played for Liverpool, didn't he? Good evening, ZZ5. McBusby Babe says, mathematically you can still be caught regarding top 4, but appreciate very unlikely. It would need Liverpool to pick up no more than 2 points in our final. Well, not even no more. If 2 points is enough, because we've got a vastly better goal difference than Bournemouth. So if Liverpool were to draw here and draw against Brentford on the final day, and Bournemouth were to beat Manchester City and then win their game on the final day, we'd still finish ahead of them. Even in that really unlikely scenario, we would still finish ahead of them on goal difference. There's no world in which Liverpool don't. For me, at least, there's no world where Liverpool finish below Bournemouth this season. I would be astonished. Absolutely astonished. Handy Andy, who's your player of the season? Semenyo would be my mate. Who's yours, more importantly? Semenyo's my player of the season. Gabriel would be probably not far behind, but between Gabriel and Semenyo, probably the two. Football kit rated 2-2 or 2 on Liverpool. You're wanting a last-minute Matty Cash goal as a City fan. Well, Villa, you've got Villa last day of the season, haven't you? Isaac the new Sturridge. Well, we can only hope. What a player Daniel Sturridge was. I'll be delighted if he's as good as Daniel Sturridge. Fabulous player. Carl O'Neill says 2-1 Liverpool. Salah goal off the bench. Yeah, let Salah get some minutes off the bench. Final taste of Premier League football for him. What are we saying? Mine is Igor Thiago. Have you watched Igor Thiago? Whenever I've watched him this season, I've always felt like he's been really underwhelming. Scored a lot of goals, but he's missed a lot of chances as well. Joey Gomez at right back. Would love to see Joe Gomez stick around at Liverpool next season, but sadly I don't think he will. 10 years at the club. Absolute legend. Deserves a testimonial, but I don't think he will get one. Faraz, who's going to win the match today? I think Liverpool, just about. It's going to be a tough game though, but I think we can do it. Yeah, Villa have gone with a back 5, so I think we can do it. Coyote player of the season. He's done very well. Yeah, he's done very well. Madhouse 3-2 Villa. Slot gets sacked in the morning. Well, listen, the poll that we've put up, answer honestly, should Liverpool sack Arne Slot or keep him next season? What would you do? 73% have said they would keep him. 27% so far saying sack Arne Slot. Yeah. I mean, I think that is a fair reflection. Broadly, anyway. Lancashire Evertonian, sadly Coleman leaving the Blues after 17 years. It's not that. I mean, listen, all good things have to come to an end. Seamus Coleman's been incredible for Everton for so long. 60 grand, what a signing he was. So, yeah, I really like Seamus Coleman. Fabulous player for Everton, but he's getting on, isn't he? I think he's probably going to be an Everton assistant manager or coach or something next season. He's already said, hasn't he, that his plan is to stay in football, but it's going to be his last season as a player. City of Northville, Salah kind of hurt his reputation to me over the last couple of seasons. I can't tell if he got more petulant in his old age or he was always like that and I didn't notice. He has always been a little bit like that, Mo Salah. He's always been a little bit, a little bit petulant and a little bit sort of bratty. But again, that's normal, isn't it, with really top players? There's not many top players out there that are really like humble and modest. They're all quite bratty, aren't they, if we're being really honest. And Mo Salah's a lot like that. And, yeah, he's always had that streak in him that, you know, I'm the best player. And he is a little bit... I mean, again, all top players are. He's been amongst the best players in the world, and all top players are a little bit selfish and a little bit ego-driven, aren't they? So, he's no different in that sense. But yeah, this past season has certainly hurt his reputation with a lot of Liverpool fans. The way that he behaved before the Leeds game, I think, was astonishing, to be honest. And he apologised for it, so fair enough, but still not great. Bronston, as an Arsenal fan, I need Villa to lose every game until City, so they have something to play for. Well, yeah, if Villa lose tonight, I didn't even think of that from an Arsenal point of view. Neil says, you need to keep Slot. He's not been given enough time. He's a class manager. Oh, there's not many win a Premier League title in the first year, is there? Lancashire Evertonian, he's playing on, I see, not retiring, might go Sligo for one season and then return. City of Northville, the whole, standards are going to drop when I leave. Yuck. Yeah, standards are going to drop when I leave. That's a very, very arrogant thing to say, isn't it? Very arrogant thing to say for Mo Salah. Football kit rated, I'm a City fan. My dad's a United fan. We both love Rio's football. Nice. Rio's a good player. Talented player. Super Venki answered honestly, Carrick given the job. Good decision or repeating old mistakes? Repeating old mistakes, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Michael Carrick will be out as Man United manager within 18 months. I'd be astonished if he's there in 18 months. City of Northville, Carrick is going to be another mistake as a United fan, but got to back him and hope I am wrong. There you go. United fans are still on the fence with Michael Carrick. Andy Slot's the right manager for Liverpool, in my opinion. I certainly hope so too. I'd like to think so. Wirtz and Isak will blow up the Prem next season. They need some support. They need some players in those wide areas, some pace, some energy, something Liverpool don't really have. It's very difficult, really, for us to do an awful lot in attack when we have such slow midfielders and slow attackers. Pete says, not all players are bratty. Bruno is the model professional. CJT says, Carrick will be fucked when he has to play every 3 days. Well, yeah, that's also very true. United, as soon as they have to start playing multiple games a week, have they got the squad for it? Has Carrick got the staying power for it? Carrick was assistant manager for nearly 3 years, says City of Northville. We're playing Southgate ball, Ollie ball. Maybe he can show me something else, but so far it looks the same. Lorenzo, hello everyone and Key, haven't been here in a while, how are we? I'm very good, mate. How are you, more importantly? Cheers, Oxford fan, good to see you, man. Carrick and the players are getting on well. It's not about name, it's about relationships with players at United. It's been very toxic there for ages. It's a bit of a poison chalice, United. And I think a lot of, the top managers would be hesitant to take it. They'd still be hesitant to take the top job at United. Sure, they would still. I'm not saying they wouldn't take it, but they'd be hesitant, wouldn't they? There's been a lot of Ruben Amorim. I think the whole Ruben Amorim experiment of let's bring this guy in. He wants to play this certain way. Let's promise him those players, but when it doesn't immediately work, we're going to tell him he needs to change how he plays. And that's when the manager lost his head, didn't he? He was like, "Nah, I'm not changing how I play. You either back me or you don't back me," and they sacked him. So, that was the issue, I think, for United, and managers going forward will look at that and think, "Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure about that." City of Northville, these same United players turned on 2 managers. He was assistant and stabbed him in the back once the wind stopped. Why would he be able to stop that this time? That's a very fair point. Handy Andy says, money no relevance. Who would you take to replace Salah next season? Ooh. Money no object. Who would I take to replace Salah? It's a very, very good question. I don't think there's a really clear answer, I like Michael Elise, obviously, but that's too obvious. I actually really like Doué at PSG. Yeah. I like Kvaratskhelia. You could put Kvaratskhelia on the right as well. He can play either side very well. I'd be happy with him. Kvaratskhelia is the one I'd love more than anything. But yeah, neither of those are going to happen. Hiya, Finley. But what a brew. Good lad. just get rid of the spammers. What are the spammers saying? Rafinha. He's left-sided anyway. I've never been that keen on Rafinha anyway. Jeremiah, who out of all Prem managers is most likely to be looking for a new job next season? Ooh, that's a good question. In fact, Jeremiah, I'm going to get that one up on the... I'm going to get that one up on the... Hang on, let's have a look. Jeremiah, let's have a look. There you go. That's Jeremiah's question. Let's put that front and centre. Who out of all Prem managers is most likely to be looking for a new job next season? Who do you think? Who do you think, chat? Who out of all Premier League managers is most likely to be looking for a new job next season? Are we talking about at the start of the season? Are we talking about mid-season? Do we think who's going to be first to go? Maybe it's that. First to go, I would say first to go next season of the current Premier League managers. I don't know why, but I feel like David Moyes. I'm going to go David Moyes. Handy Andy, got to shoot. Good luck on the game tonight, lads. Hopefully pop back for half-time. Take it easy, Andy. Good lad. Keith Stewart, because Brentford won't be able to keep a few players. Keith Stewart? Keith Andrews? Arteta, if he wins, nothing, says Neil. Alonso, if he gets the Chelsea job, instant regret. Yes. Truth over lies, I had a soft spot for Mark Draper, though, so he would get in, plus Dwight York, of course. Very fair. Mark Draper, didn't he say, it was like, what was the famous saying Mark Draper said? Something like, it was when he went abroad, it was like living in a foreign country or something like that. Oh, I'm going to have to find that now. Mark Draper quote. Yeah, that was the one. Mark Draper's quote about settling in Italy. He said, I couldn't settle in Italy. It was like living in a foreign country. That was a former Aston Villa legend, Mark Draper. Slot's never getting sacked. Eddie Howe's my pick, says Jeremiah. Do you think Eddie Howe? I really don't think Eddie Howe's going anywhere. I think the Newcastle fans are backing him, you know. I think they'll back him. Truthful lies, Draper said he'd love playing for an Italian club like Barcelona. That's the one. That's it. Right, this time we've got to trust Ineos is going to get it right. Will he, though? That's the question. That's the ultimate question. Right. Where are we? Friedkins will back Moyes heavy this season, so it won't happen. Do you think? I mean, they backed him to the tune of 42 million quid during the summer, didn't they? And it didn't quite work. With Tyler Diblin anyway. Some big signings have come in for Everton and they've not quite worked. Farker to be sacked. Eddie Howe's got time. 2 seasons with Champions League. 2 without Peeps. Need to remember Newcastle aren't Big Six yet. Messi Goat says, lad, this lineup, we're screwed. We haven't really got anyone else though, have we, mate? This is the thing. You look at the bench. Chiesa, McConnell, Ndai, Nayoni, Will Wright, Andy Robertson. Like, maybe Andy Robertson for Kirkes. Salah and Vert have been out injured for most of the season. What's that tifo? What is that tifo? Not sure about that. De Zerbi if Spurs don't win anything next season. Carl, what's your top 3? What's your top 3 Premier League prediction? For next season, probably the same, broadly the same as it is now. Maybe Liverpool 3rd, but yeah, broadly the same as it is now. Pyrotechnics on display. Hiller says, I'm with Key. Moyes to be replaced with Thomas Frank. There's definitely going to be change at Everton. Mark my words. Shame Villa can't show off their real Champions League trophy. Do we think Villa will get the job done against Freiburg? That's probably another reasonable question to ask. Yo, Daddy-o, how's it going, mate? This is like showing everyone the new kit for next year in the last home game of the year. Looks nice. Cheers, man. It's all right, isn't it? Frank. What? Hang on a minute. Thomas Frank is a massive downgrade on David Moyes. You must be joking me. Seeking 5577. Different subject, but who do you think stays up? Spurs or West Ham? I'm surveying YouTubers. Who do I think stays up? There you go. We've just changed it. I've just changed the subject there. I've put you as the lead. Who do we think stays up at this point, Spurs or West Ham? I think West Ham will go down. I'm going to go for Spurs to stay up. Sadly, I think it'll go to the final day, though. Key, thoughts on Arsenal's new kit, lad? It's brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah. Key, put some respect on Moyes' name. I have, but Thomas Frank's a very, very good manager as well. Spurs stay up, says Jeremiah Shahid. Hello, Key, and everyone in the chat. Looking forward to a Liverpool victory. You and me both. Postecoglou to come back next season. Remember, he always wins in his second season. Cheers, Shell. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Trying to make it a bit nicer. A little bit nicer. Different setup on YouTube if you've not gone and checked it out. Ryan Gravenberg, best scoring season in his career this year. Come on, the Reds. Come on. Jordan, hey Key, best of luck tonight. Predicting a boring game, but hopefully not, as need some entertainment to keep me going at work. Well, there you go. Arne Slot lost six of 7 Premier League away games at the top 9 this season. Not got a great record away at the best teams in the league, and this certainly suggests that Liverpool will struggle tonight. Let's see. Here we go. We're off and underway. Carl says, biggest individual flop and biggest surprise for this season, Key. Oh, go on, that's a good one. Biggest individual flop and surprise of this season. Biggest individual flop. I mean, I want to say Alexander Isak, but it's difficult because he's not really played. So the only reason he's a flop is because he's not played. If we're talking about signings who've come in for big money and then haven't really done the business, I mean, probably maybe Xavi Simons, I guess. Xavi Simons is probably a shout. Yeah, not again. He's only a young man though. I've got a lot of time for Xavi Simons. I think he's a good player. Villa now on the counter attack. Liverpool got to get a foot in. Morgan Rogers, terrible. Oh, easy that first strike on target. Ollie Watkins straight at Mamadashvili. Okay, what's your predictions for tonight, mate? I've gone for 1-0 Liverpool, obviously. But the more I am watching us, the less confident I am of that. We've started quite slowly. Admittedly, it's only 90 seconds in, but we've not really... We've looked under the cosh straight away. DJ Sonny Baines. Hi, Key. Watch you a while now, and I'm a United fan. Well, mate, Sonny, really appreciate that, mate. Good to see you. And, yeah, we've got lots of United fans who watch the games with us every day. Really appreciate you coming in, mate, and getting involved in the chat. If you've got a good question, if you've got a good, a thing you want to ponder to the rest of the chat, get it in. I'll put it up here. Biggest individual flop and biggest surprise for this season is one that's been put to us by Carl. In terms of biggest flop, I think you'd probably be looking at Xavi Simons. In terms of biggest surprise, there's been a lot of players who've, I guess, turned up when we didn't expect them to. Biggest surprise of the season. Does it have to be a new signing? I think you'd have to say Igor Thiago if it's not a new signing, because no one expected Igor Thiago. He was signed last year, I know, but no one expected him to have the season that he's had. So I think you'd have to give Igor Thiago quite a bit of credit for surprise of the year. Villa with the ball in. Too easy that. Straight out for a goal kick. Andy's predicting 7-2 to Villa. Johan Wisser. Oh, yes. Panashizda. That's the one, innit? Panashizda's got it. It's Johan Wisser. Of course it is. 50 million quid. DJ Sonny Baines. I've been enjoying the halftime quizzes. Some were belters. Oh, we try and keep it fresh. Try and keep it a bit different. I have got a couple of backups tonight for the halftime quiz, but I think Welshwing may be in at some point, maybe. We'll see. James Shepherd, evening key. Hope you're well, lad. I'm very good, sir. We've got to Friday. We're looking forward to the weekend. Some big footy games on this weekend. Celtic against Hearts tomorrow. What a game that's going to be. 12:30. Hopefully you'll join me for that. Celtic Hearts, 12:30. And then straight after that is the FA Cup final, Chelsea v City. Here's Van Dijk into McAllister. Back to Rio Engamoa. I think we're going to see Mo Salah before long, the way this is going already. Oh, it's only been 4 minutes, but just nothing on that right-hand side. It's like it's all going to come down this left-hand side. That's a foul, ref. Go on, Gakpo. Well done. And again, nothing to the right-hand side. Too easy, that. Far too easy. Sorry, not good enough. Xhaka, yeah. Liam Delap's been a big flop. And Bino Gittins, again, both very fair. I don't know if that... See, the thing is with Bino Gittins is I'm not sure he was ever really... I know he's 50-odd million quid, but I never really expected him to play loads for Chelsea anyway. Mateus Cunha was our signing of the season at United. I would agree with that. Seeking says, poll of YouTubers so far says Spurs will stay up. I imagine that'll change when West Ham beat Newcastle on the weekend. I think that as well. I think Newcastle will lose to West Ham. Shahid, what's the team news for Liverpool, Key? It's on this side, mate. You can see the lineups right here. Mo Salah and Wirtz on the bench. No Alexander Isak at all. Senna Lamens, yes. Senna Lamens is a very good shout as well. I think Lamens has been a really, really smart buy by United. They were linked with Emiliano Martinez, weren't they? And look, Martinez is a very good keeper, but I'm pretty confident they would have looked at the two and thought, Martinez is certainly better than Lamens right now, but what's the better investment? And it's certainly proven to be Senna Lamens. I still think he's got a lot of work to do. He's quite raw, but the way that he's taken the pressure off United on set pieces, he's so good. His command of his area is fantastic. Roderick, like the new design, Key. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Worked hard on it. Stephen says, biggest flop, Mo Salah by his standards. Yeah, well, that is probably the surprise of the season, isn't it? Kirkes, what a ball that is. Villa, clear it away. Better from Liverpool. Much, much better. Kevin at Fulham and KDH at Everton have been decent. Yeah, Dewsbury Hall's been injured quite a bit, hasn't he? But I think I would agree with that. Kevin's not been a bad sign. 40 million quid. Fulham, brink of Europe. He's not been transformative for Fulham, but he's shown moments, hasn't he? That goal at Old Trafford, which we thought got him a point. No worries, football kit rater. See you later. It's just the league on that side, Key. Oh, is it? Have we not? Is it not cycling? Sorry. It should be moving around. If it's not, I apologise. It should be moving round. Let me see if it moves now. See if it changes. Should change. Ryan Key, how does it feel knowing Arteta is going to surpass Klopp's crap legacy this season? I'm losing sleep over it, mate. I'm heartbroken. I can't contain my fear. Stephen Morton, your watch-along is much better than Goldbridge. Let's just pin that. Let's just pin that chat. We'll just have that chat there. I'm just going to put that one front and centre if you don't mind. Let's just put that one on. There you go. Your watch-along is much better than Goldbridge. Have that, Neville. Villa, keep him out. Well done. Excellent. Croupy. Yes. Croupy's an excellent shout as well. Croupy's a very good shout. Jellyfish, that's because Goldbridge is shite. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Seeking on paper, which of Liverpool or Villa's team do you think is better? On paper... Oh, I would say Liverpool, but I think there's some things that Liverpool don't have that we massively, massively would love to take from Villa. They have pace, we don't. They move the ball a lot faster. We don't. You know, we would kill for a John McGinn. Oh, we would die. We'd absolutely die for a John McGinn in midfield at Liverpool. Hiller says, Lemons looks a very comfortable keeper. Overall quite good, but not exceptional. He's just calm and good. Daddy-o, maybe you'll get 3.5 million for this channel and £500,000 salary per year to keep doing it. Keep it going. Liam says, only reason it's better is because Goldbridge is level-headed and Key is a rage baiter, and we all love rage bait. I am not a rage baiter. I am absolutely not a rage baiter. FC26 covers, please, can you put this on the board? Who would you sign outside of the Premier League? Who would I sign outside of the Prem? Ooh, who would I sign outside of the Prem? Just anyone with pace. Honestly, I'd take if Adama Traore was outside the Prem and he was available, I'd take him. We just need some pace in wide areas. Semenyo was a really good pick for City, and we saw how he changed them. Having that extra sort of width on the right-hand side that they didn't really have before. Yeah, we need a bit of that. We need wingers who'll keep the boots, get the boots white, stay very wide. Barcole is being linked. Diamand is obviously being linked. There's quite a few. So I would go with any of them, to be honest. City of Northville. Did you see United have been linked with Rodgers? Here's Gakpo in the area. Can't quite get it, unfortunately, and it's cleared away. Cheers, Egyptomicus. Thank you very much. Shahid, love the new setup key. Looks fantastic. Brilliant feedback. Thank you, sir. Mercury, got to ask again, what's your most obscure footy shirt in the collection? Mine is Home and Away Nacional from Uruguay. I haven't got anything quite as niche as that. I've literally got boxes of shirts. What is Mamadashvili doing? Oh, what are you doing? He's miles off his line. Keep him out. Oh, what is he doing there, you absolute Fruit Loop? So close. Here's John McGinn. What a star he is. Far post. And Liverpool get it back with Curtis Jones. Whew. M8799 says, really wish John Duran didn't go to Saudi. He could have gone to the top. Well, John Duran has now been, not suspended, but he has been given some time off, hasn't he? I think it was some sort of leave of absence by Zenit St. Petersburg because, well, we don't know the reason why. We don't know if it's personal issues, if it's a medical issue or something. But yeah, they've given him some time off. Oxford fan says, breaking news: Carrick reaches an agreement with United board to become gaffer. Is that all signed, sealed, delivered? All boxed up. Liverpool could do with another Ray Kennedy transformed from a striker to midfielder by Paisley. Then we'd never get picked up by defenders as he drifted from midfield striker to score. Ray Kennedy, what a player. Yeah, fabulous player. Villa, Matty Cash here. Strike, good block by Liverpool. That's what we needed. Luke, hi Key, how are you doing today, mate? I am very good, sir, thank you. How are you? Stephen Morton, am I too old? I've just got World Cup Panini album at 55 today. Stephen, I really want to do it. But it's 1,200 quid. An estimated 1,200 quid to fill it. I ain't got 1,200p. Never mind 1,200 quid. Louise Draveski, how are even 100 people watching this pleb? I ask myself that every day. Adam says we've got McGinn, Super John McGinn. What a player. Yeah, I like John McGinn a lot. Ryan, do you think Champions League teams no longer dropping into the Europa makes that comp better or less prestigious to win? I think that makes the competition short term, it makes it a little bit easier to win for the bigger sides. But what it will do long term is it will mean that the rest of Europe gets better. So if you think about it, right, because the Champions League teams don't drop into the Europa League will be won by a team that is maybe much lower down in the pecking order, right? And the same could be said for the Conference League. And therefore, you will get teams like Rayo Vallecano, Crystal Palace getting to the final of European competition. You'll see those teams, same as Freiburg. Freiburg have never won anything in 121 years. They're in the final of a European Cup. That would never have happened if a Champions League team was dropping into the Europa League. Never. Never, ever, ever in a million years. So that's amazing for Freiburg. And if they do win, they're in the Champions League next season. They then can kick on and maybe that helps them buy some better players, a bigger squad for the season after. They've had a great season, Freiburg. I mean, they're probably going to finish about 6th in the Bundesliga. But, if they actually win something for the first time in their career, in their history, what an unbelievable season that's been. Here's Rio Engamoa up against Matty Cash. And John McGinn, well done, Rio. Well done, Rio. That's a foul. That's incredible. Well done, Rio. That's a foul. Well done. Carl O'Neill, is there anyone from the United team you would have at Liverpool, Key? Yes. Yes, I would have Matheus Cunha. I would have Mbermo. I actually wouldn't have Matheus Cunha because he is a real diver. He's a real bugbear, but I like him as a player. But he's a terrible diver, so I wouldn't have him at Liverpool. But Mbermo I like. I don't know who else. I quite like Dorgu, and I think he would be a better fit for Liverpool than he is for United in a weird way. Daddy-o, it's why I love the Conference League. Some great European nights for smaller clubs. That's it. Lamans, nah, I wouldn't have Lamans. Mamardashvili's better than Lamans. No. Why would it? Sarah Lamans is not better than Mamardashvili. No. Not even close. Well done. Liverpool get the ball away, but not only as far as John McGinn. All boxed up says, what the expanded European competitions has meant is Spurs got worse and even more worse despite winning one. Relegation. Spurs aren't getting relegated. The reason Spurs have got themselves in this position is because they have prioritised signing younger players. They've kind of gone for the Moneyball model, haven't they? They've gone for players who are investments. They've got, Bergvall and... what a run this is. Go on, lad. Unlucky. They've got Bergvall in. They've got Odeberg in. They've gone and got Xavi Simons in. They've got players who will grow with the team, but aren't necessarily immediately ready to step up. There's not a massive amount of ready now experience in that Spurs squad, and they've changed the manager more times than Many people have changed their underwear. Ryan, take your Arsenal hating hat off for a second. Who would you take from Arsenal? I don't hate Arsenal. I've told you. I've said this many, many times. I'd walk over hot coals to get Jurriën Timber from Arsenal. Declan Rice, I would have from Arsenal. Bukayo Saka, I would have from Arsenal, given the Mo Salah situation. I mean, I wouldn't choose to go, like, if Liverpool was signing the right winger and we had all, that amount of money to sign anyone, I wouldn't choose Saka, but I would take him. If it was like you can have anyone from Arsenal, then yeah, I would take him. And I would take Saliba as well. Rio Engamoa, unlucky. Beelzebub from United, I wouldn't even have the tea lady. Love that, Paul. Lammens, great buy, better than Liverpool's number 2 and number 3 put together. Adam says, just a mention for Lindelof. He's been probably our best consistent player for the season. Do you know what? Yes, Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof. Love that, Adam. Yes, that's getting put front and centre. Victor Lindelof. Couldn't agree more. Love that. Josh, if West Ham win, Spurs are right under the cosh. Well, Spurs play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, don't they, on Tuesday night? We'll be live for City Bournemouth, which kicks off 45 minutes earlier. Good tackle. That's not a foul, ref. Well done. Come on, Liverpool. Seeking says, mate, Spurs' situation is much worse than people understand. United could have gone down last year for similar reasons. But again, was that not because United, it's turmoil, it's chaos, it's, not quite... Patience. Patience is a virtue. I do think you have to pick something and stick with it. You've got to give it time to bed in and settle, and that's why I'm very much Arne slot in. United never really did that with Amorim, and Spurs didn't do that with Thomas Frank, and they didn't do that with most of the managers before that as well. I really think Sesko's getting better. Sesko will be a good signing for United in time. All boxed up, I thought Declan Rice had changed sports. He became a rugby player against the Hammers. Cheeky. You're going to get me in trouble. Grindon says, I'd rather have Robin Riffs than Lammens. Both quality keepers. Fair enough. Rio is talented. He's a very talented boy, but he's not... He is talented, but he's not, for me, ready to be starting and playing 90 minutes of football just yet. Oh, there you go. Do you know what? That shot has just confirmed. Joe Gomez is 100% leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. And he's just had a shot from 30 yards out, Joe Gomez, and skied it over the bar. Joe Gomez has been at Liverpool for 10 years. He was at Liverpool before Jurgen Klopp, right? He's a massively important player for us over the years. Really, really like him. Lots of Liverpool fans really love him. But he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's starting to pick up injuries a lot more frequently. He's still only relatively young, and he could go and start regularly for another team if he was, let's say we sold him to a Palace or I don't know, and somewhere like that. He could definitely go and do really well for a sort of a middling Premier League side. Even a Newcastle. I think Joe Gomez is better than Dan Burn, to be honest. Joe Gomez would be a sensational signing for a Newcastle. Anyone aspiring to kind of get in the top 6, he'd be a really good signing for. Because he's a very talented defender. He's just so rarely fit. But he's never actually scored a goal for Liverpool. So it's inevitable that as the season gets closer to its end, they've started him today. I think they start him in the final game. And if Joe Gomez scores, the roof will come off. Yes, Joe. Love it, mate. Thank you for that. I'm investing. Rice was only inspired by Silva against Everton. Here we go. Free kick for Liverpool. 22 minutes in. Sobersly's over it. It's very central. Be a difficult one to get any purchase on. Villa head it away. Too easy, that. Joe Gomez is not better than Dan Burn, mate. Yes, he is. Joe Gomez is definitely better than Dan Burn. He's 1,000,000%. The only thing Dan Burn's got on Joe Gomez is, one, he's from Newcastle, so he cares about you more. And two, he's big and tall, and that's the only thing. But Joe Gomez is absolutely a better defender. Chance! Must be! Hit it! Oh, first big chance for Liverpool. Oh, so unlucky. Send Gomez back to Charlton. No chance. Do you know what? There's a lot of Liverpool fans who want us to lose tonight. And I'm speaking to you, the slot-outers. There's Liverpool fans, let's call them fans, Liverpool fans who want us to lose tonight. They are that against the manager. They would sell the club down the river. Ooh, hey, he gets none of the ball there, does he? Cody Gakpo gets none of the ball. Oh, that's a foul. That should be a penalty. How are we not getting a pen for that? Oh, my God. Liverpool have been absolutely robbed. Liverpool have been robbed. There you go. Absolutely robbed. He kicks through Gakpo. Kicks through the back of his foot. Bet if it was Arsenal, they'd have got it. Bet if Arteta was dancing up the touchline, we'd have got it. Whinging. Talking about, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Joe Gomez was fantastic during the Champions League winning and Premier League winning seasons. Fabulous player. Never a pen, Seb. Come on. Of course it was a pen. It was a nailed-on pen. There's Harvey Elliott in the stands. Where he's been all season, let's be honest. Luke says Slot will do well next season if he utilises the players properly. I'd agree with that, Luke. Are you actually a marine biologist as well, Luke? Rio Engamoa, strike. Oh, unlucky. Better from Rio. Joseph says Chow is better than Gomez. The only thing is that Malik Chow's got on him is that he's available. Joe Gomez is, if we're just talking about ability, Joe Gomez is better than any one of Newcastle's defenders. Any of them. He's just never fit. Darren Beckley. A lot of Bournemouth, Brighton and Brentford fans want Liverpool to win. They all want Villa to finish 5th and win Europa. That's it. That's absolutely it. Adam says, we've seen all week, mate. Chelsea pen, Villa pen, now Liverpool, but no goal for West Ham. It's a joke that with 2026 technology, we have humans still making errors. Hiller says, not a pen, just a clash of legs, but Arsenal would have definitely got it. Oh, we've got a balloon on the pitch. Get that off. We've already had nightmares with a beach ball. Get that off the pitch. This is better. Go on, Van Dijk. Back to Mama. Excellent play. Unlucky. DJ Sonny. Key, I make my own music. Oh, lovely. I might need your help at some point when I'm creating a theme tune. Salford have made it 3-1 on aggregates. And Joe says, if Gomez didn't play for Liverpool, you would think he's a bang average mid-table player. No, that's not true, because McAllister does play for Liverpool, and I think he's a bang average mid-table player. So, yeah, your theory doesn't... It's flawed logic, that, Joe. Great tackle, well done. Go on, Curtis. First time I've seen Curtis Jones do anything like that. Over to Rio. Mercury says, I have to share this. Walking in a Walmart on lunch break and found Cinnamon Toast Crunch Root Beer Float flavour. Oh, here's Gravenberg. Excellent play. Rio Engamoa in the area. Get at him, Rio. Get at him. Gravenberg. Hit it. Better. Yes, Gakpo. That's the... Oh, offside. Oh, offside. Liverpool put it in the back of the net. But it's chalked off. Luke says, technically not yet. I have my bachelor's, but the job market in Cape Town is slim. So I'm thinking of moving to the Caribbean or Australia, which has a high demand for marine biologists. Well, I tell you what, mate, you've made my day. Because I think the average IQ of our general sort of channel, not to suggest in any way that the average IQ for our channel is low, but I think you've just raised it a few. Got a marine biologist who watches, folks. Check that out. We've got a full-on scientist. Yes, Oracles. Good to see you, lad. All boxed up says, poor Elliot, a poor man's Gareth Bale. Both sat on the bench, but one paid multi-millions of pounds. Are you going to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune? If I can help. If I can do it. Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. Dennis Waterman. Liverpool looking nervy, Key. Nervy, we've been the best side 28 minutes in. We're all over it. Shahid says, Key, sing the Minder theme tune for the Watchalong. Another Dennis Waterman. Techno Kid, City fan here. Just like to say that if it was a pen, why was the Allison clattering Nunes not a pen for you? I did say that was a pen. Yeah, I did say that was a pen. He is the total IQ in here. Carl says, marine biologist and a forklift driver. Look at you, Ellie. There you go. Hey, listen. We need both. Not diminishing forklift drivers. We need both. Weltering evening, Key and all. Why is my phone saying 1-0 to Liverpool, but when I switch on the TV, it's 0-0? It's because the goal was ruled out. Yeah, Cody Gakpo scored, but it was ruled out for offside. Adam says, good ploy. If Liverpool can keep doing it, Martinez spills shots all the time. It's a shame United didn't sign him then in the end, isn't it? Key listens to Scott McTominay Ballon d'Or by LCD Sound System. Scott McTominay Ballon d'Or. Go on, Rio. Hit it. What a ball. Too easy, that. Far too easy. DJ Sonny Baines, I want all English players to do well because I want them to win the World Cup. Come on, England. Can't see it. Al-Chamani, swear to God I had a bizarre dream last night that Burnley beat Arsenal 3-2. Woke up buzzing thinking it was real. Maybe it's a premonition. Maybe it's not a dream. Maybe it's a premonition. Come on, Burnley. We're all Burnley on Monday night, aren't we? Joe Gomez with a long throw into the box. City of Northville, Matoma won't make the World Cup for Japan for injury. Yeah, there's a fair few players missing out on the World Cup this year. It's a shame. Soberslai, hit it, lad. Strike! Oh, big save. Needed saving. Soberslai from distance. Can't stand off him. Dominic Soberslai there. Just ping. He needs to do that more. They just stood off him and it was going bottom corner. Good save that from Martinez. Stephen says the Heat will do us in the World Cup. I think it'll do a lot of teams, won't it? LR says, do you think City will win at Bournemouth? Yes, I do. Here we go. Corner for Liverpool. Soberslai. Too easy. And it's going to be another corner on the far side, is it? Yeah. 2 corners in a row. Rodgers cleared it. Bryn, Villa are very poor. If Everton beat him here, Liverpool definitely should beat him if Everton got a result. Shahid says Liverpool starting to control the match now. Definitely are starting to dominate, aren't we? Yeah, there's the stats so far. Okay. Alex Ben HD, why do you hate Arsenal that much? I don't hate Arsenal. However, I will surprise you with a little stat that came out today. Arsenal have the highest percentage of set-piece goals of any title winner, comfortably. Comfortably the highest number of set-piece goals. As a percentage of all of their goals scored, I think Arsenal have got 38%. 38% of Arsenal's goals scored in the Premier League this season have come from set pieces. And that is comfortably higher than any other title winner. I think Liverpool last year, for clarity, was about 14% of our goals were from set pieces. And it's and not penalties included, obviously, as well. So, yeah. I think it's 38%. So why is that a problem? It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's only a problem if your objective is to get me to enjoy watching Arsenal, which it isn't. But when people say, why don't you like Arsenal? Why do you hate Arsenal? I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't like that style of play. 38% of your goals scored have come from fucking set pieces. No one loves that. You can now get scrolling. I could just put it there, couldn't I? I could just put it. Do you think I should just do that for a little minute? Should we just change that for a little minute? Flicked on. Oh. There you go. That's changed it. Let me turn the chat. Let's turn the chat off. Now we've actually got it, haven't we? Now we've actually got it. I don't need to do it now. I'll just leave that there for 5 minutes. Bryn says, God bless you when you're doing them World Cup, mate. Bloody 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. kickoffs. Yeah, it's going to be hard graft, Bryn. Back on nights. Liverpool free kick, far post, Villa clear it away. Arsenal fans don't care about your stats. That's fine. I don't care about Arsenal fans. That's totally fine. At least we're on the same page then, aren't we? We're on the same page. All boxed up says, Arsenal set pieces percentage, yeah, because of all the fouling they do as the ball is played into the box and they don't get penalised. Do you think England will concentrate on set pieces? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't see why not. Again, there's nothing like inherently wrong with it. If you win games of football from set pieces, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, I've never denied that. I just don't like it. So when people say, why don't you like Arsenal? Why don't you want them to win the league? I think that's a perfectly valid reason to say, don't enjoy how they play. I'd much rather see a title winner play good football, and they don't, do they? Here's Rio Wengamoa. Far post, unlucky, better. Alex says Klopp was set-piece master and no one cried, but hey, it's Arsenal. I mean, Klopp wasn't set-piece master. Liverpool scored more set-pieces, but that was when we scored from direct free kicks. Like, Trent Alexander-Arnold scored something like 4 or 5 free kicks in a season, wasn't it? Something like that. Direct free kicks. So, Arsenal hold the record for most set-pieces, most corners scored in a season. Don't try and make out like Klopp's the master of set pieces. That's nonsense. Here we go. Ball whipped in from the right-hand side from Sobersley. Corner for Liverpool. Wouldn't mind if we pinch one off this, though. Cleared away. Back out to the edge of the box. Gravenberch. Got to get it back in the area. Come on. Not great. Curtis. Nah, it's straight out. It's going to be a goal kick. Big up Key. Yes, Egbert. Sir Alex, that's not true. Klopp's counter-attack was fantastic. AFC Ian, yeah, you're playing champagne football then. We're not. We're not playing champagne football at all. But I think we play better football than Arsenal. We just don't play efficient football. We're very bad. We're very bad at what we're trying to do. But we play better football than Arsenal. We try to play much better football than Arsenal. And I think that's generally acknowledged. You can be trying to play better football, but not do it anywhere near as successfully. Arsenal is certainly more efficient. There's no denying that. Liam Anscombe, I've just joined. Liverpool are playing, and this helmet is talking about Arsenal. Again, if I get asked, I'll reply. I'm fine talking about whatever people want to talk about. Phil says, Key, do you enjoy this Liverpool style of play? As a neutral, it's very boring. No, I don't enjoy the style of play, but I don't think it's the style of play that you're seeing that is the issue. Like, this isn't what Arne Slot's style of play looks like. We have no pace in wide areas. That's the real problem. Yeah, that's the real problem for us. Alex says, so we should stop scoring corners or what? No, not at all. No one's saying you should stop doing anything. Do whatever works for you, mate. Like I said, there's nobody... It's like you're making arguments against things I've not said. The argument is, why do you not want Arsenal to win the league? They don't play to my tastes. That's it. So what? So we shouldn't try and score off corners then? No, you score off whatever you want. I'm just not going to enjoy watching Arsenal. That's it. And it's not just me, it's everyone, really. It's everyone. It's even Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans don't like watching Arsenal. They're winning at the minute, and they've not really seen any football that's, they've not seen any silverware for about 20 odd years. Phil, it's just been long balls, corners and throw-ins, nothing else. We haven't got anything else, mate. We've got no pace. We've got no pace. This is what happens. You start playing percentage football when you've not really got any pace in wide areas. We've got none. Our midfield doesn't move it quick enough, and we have no pace in wide areas. That's been our problem all season. AFC Iron, your plan will be effective after another 500 million. I think we need to do about that. We need to spend about another 500 million. Thereabouts. Yeah. TMUA says Arsenal play some dead football. No kidding, man. But yeah, we need to spend about 500 million to get back to get anywhere close to the sort of money that Arsenal have spent anyway. We need to spend that sort of money. If we spend Arsenal money, we might get to where Arsenal are. Corner to Villa. 41 minutes on the clock. Villa, strike. Oh, there it is. Who scored it? Is it Rodgers? Of course it is. Liverpool switch off on a short corner. Not good enough. 1-0 Villa. Not good enough at all. Oh, and the one saving grace, maybe the one saving grace might be that it might mean that Villa are switched off now for the season. That's them done. It's a dead rubber anyway. We've got Champions League football. We've got it. If Bournemouth aren't catching us, it doesn't matter. But come on. We need to wake up a bit more here. This isn't good enough. Who was that? Who didn't get out to him there? Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise. The young lad that everyone's claiming needs to start more doesn't track his man. Doesn't track his runner. Rio Engamoa jogging back. Morgan Rodgers waxing in the top corner. Now listen, this isn't a dig at Rio Engamoa because he's a young lad. He's going to make mistakes. But this is why, Liverpool fans, you need to wind your neck in when it's about Arne, when you're having a pop at Arne Slot. Why is he not playing Rio? Why is he not playing Rio? Third game in a fucking row, he's not done it. Third game in a row, he was at fault for the United goal. He was at fault for the Wolves goal. You can't do this at this level. Rio Engamoa switching off, not tracking his man, gave Morgan Rodgers all the time in the world, smashes it top corner. Too easy that for Villa. Far too easy. Too easy. Dreadful. And Villa come again. Ball down the left-hand side. Luka Dean into Mamardashvili. That's easy. Come on. Come on. AFC Iron, Emery will cement top 4 after this win. Yeah, they will. Certainly cemented top 4. And they'll go to City with a completely rested squad, won't they? They won't even bother against City on the final day. Completely rested 11. Won't even bother against them. So, bad news for Arsenal. Villa in front. Very, very bad news for Arsenal. Exceptional bad news for Arsenal. Broken verdict. Why is there so much space between your midfield and defence? It's like your DM isn't responding. We haven't got one. We haven't got one. That's our problem. We haven't got a CDM. We haven't got a number 6. We haven't got... McAllister's just an awful footballer all round. I genuinely, I can't believe... People talk about Mo Salah's drop-off. Alexis McAllister is comfortably our worst player this season. By a million miles. Like so bad. Kanate with schoolboy defending again. How's that on Kanate? How is that on Kanate? Rio Engamoa doesn't track his runner. It's not to do with Kanate at all. Nothing to do with Kanate. Curtis Jones' fault he didn't cross 2 minutes earlier. I mean, Curtis Jones probably goes anyway. Mamardashvili is shit and I will stand by that. Mamardashvili's been fine for us all season. I don't know why people... He saved us in loads of games. The problem is, the games that he saved us in, we've actually ended up losing. Like, he played really well against Brighton away and we got beat. He played really well against Galatasaray away. We got beat. Oh, what the fucking hell was that? What is that? Joe Gomez and Curtis Jones. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay. Slot in, lad. Very much slot in. Still slot in. I don't know why that would change off 45 minutes of football. It's madness that people are like, oh, slot out, slot out. Slot in. Very much slot in. The keeper is not crap. The keeper is not crap at all. There's Liverpool fans who are delighted with this scoreline, by the way. Liverpool fans absolutely delighted with this scoreline. That's the frustration. Delighted. Cheers, Ben. Thanks, mate. Rodgers is miles better than Eze, says Roderick. I'd agree with that. I think that's a very fair point. Yeah, let's get that front and centre. Rodgers, miles better. Grimsby, those world beaters. Frankie Reed says clubs need to start giving managers time like Arteta's had. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he needs that much time. He's already won a Premier League title, so he doesn't need that much time. Doesn't need 6-7 years. He needs a lot less. But he definitely needs some support. He needs to be able to spend the sort of money that Mikel Arteta's had. Oh, that's too easy, and he's going to be offside. We'll take that. Would be madness to miss out on readily available Xabi Alonso to give Slot another season. Why? In what world is Xabi Alonso a better manager than Arne Slot? In what world? He's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing that is like massively impressive more than what Arne Slot's done. Arne Slot's done it in the Premier League. Neil Jagger, this result confirms United third. What are your thoughts, Key? It doesn't surprise me, mate. You spent a fortune over the last however many years. You've spent an absolute fortune. You've got a squad that's Champions League ready without Champions League football. You've played, what, 30, 40% less games than everybody else this season at the top end. So that's why United are where they are. Plus some very fortunate decisions as well, let's be honest. Some very fortunate decisions. Okay, Welsh Wing halftime quiz. Top 20 Villa Premier League goal scorers of all time. Well, let's get that in the in the chat. Hang on, let me change that. Right. Top 20 Aston Villa Premier League goal scorers. There you go. Submit. Let's do it. Right. Let me just turn the chat off. There you go. Perfect. Right, there's the halftime quiz. Ollie Watkins is first. Gabby Agbonlahor second. Dwight York. Dublin is third. Okay. So, 1 is Watkins. 2 was Gabby Agbonlahor. 3 was Dublin. Angel. Juan Pablo Angel. Alex says, what do you think about Carrick being United manager? I'm not bowled over by it, mate, I'll be honest. Really not bowled over by it. I think it's another mistake. I think he'll be out of United within the next 12 to 18 months. Ashley Young is 7th. Okay. Any other shouts? Benteke. Benteke's got to be there. 5th is Gareth Barry. Like that. Carew. Yes. Carew's a good shout. John Carew. Excellent shout. Like that. Angel is 21st. And Pablo Angel. Okay. Who else? Who else, folks? It's not Juan Pablo Angel. Carew is 6th. Dwight York. Benteke is 4th. Okay, Benteke is 4th. Who else? Who else has been... Darius Vassell. Yeah, Joachim. Because it looks like Joachim Löw. Julian Joachim. Darius Vassell. Both excellent shouts. Who else? Barry. Daly and Atkinson. Yes. Daly and Atkinson and Dean Saunders. Both good shouts. Vassell is 13th. York was 8th. Sorry, York was 8th. Vassell 13th. Okay. Milner. Ian Taylor. Yeah. Taylor, Milner, Downing. Heskey. What about Heskey? Heskey was there for a short while, wasn't he? Joachim is 19th. Douglas Luiz. Jack Grealish. Not Atkinson or Saunders. Okay. Ian Taylor, Milner, Downing, Henderson. Leon Bailey. Ginola. Pires was at Villa for a short spell, wasn't he? Not Heskey. Savo Milosevic. I love that shout. Savo Milosevic. Yeah, he was a great player. Darren Bent. Good shout, Milo Kitty. Darren Bent could be the right one. Derek, evening key. How are you, lad? I am very good, mate. How are you? Danny Ings, John McGinn. Bent was 9th. Okay, Bent is 9th. Milosevic. Savo Milosevic. So far, we've got Julian Joachim, Vassell, Bent, York, Young, Carew, Barry, Benteke, Dublin, Gabby Agbonlahor, and Ollie Watkins. Barros. Yes, Brendan. Milan Barros. So difficult to think of strikers that Villa have had in the Premier League era. Merson. Paul Merson, possibly, yeah. It's not a bad shout. Ramsey, Jacob Ramsey was there for a while. Staunton, right back but got goals. What about McGrath? Could Paul McGrath be up there? He was there for a while, wasn't he? Yeah, Hendry. Lee Hendry. He was there for a while. Mark Sallow. Hello, Key. Hope you're doing well. I mean, ignoring your team's performance. Yeah, apart from that, everything's tickety-boo, mate. Everything's fucking brilliant. How's things? Steve Stone. Steve Stone. Yeah, another one who was there for a while. Collymore. Collymore, maybe. Again, wasn't really there for that long. Steve Stone, Collymore, Tony Daly, Tony Cottee. Tony Cottee was at Villa, wasn't he? Hugo Ekiog, Fabian Delph. Fabian Delph is not a bad shout. Juan Pablo Angel, we've already had. He was 21st. So far, we have got Joachim, Vassell, Bent, York, Young, Carew, Barry, Benteke, Dublin, Agbonlahor and Watkins. Froggatt, Hitzelsberger. Morgan Rogers. Maybe Morgan Rogers sneaks in. Does he? Stilian Petrov. Come on, Welsh. We need some answers, mate. We need some answers. What about Tielemans? Or Andy Townsend? Tielemans or Townsend? Maybe any of them. Are we doing strikers or best Villa players? We're doing the top 20 Premier League goal scorers for Aston Villa. Of all time, basically. Where's he gone? I don't know. He's legged it. He's legged it. Where's he gone? Has he legged it? Has he done a runner? I think he might have done a runner. He's run off on us. McGinn is 10th. McGinn is 10th. I'm being reliably informed, Welsh. I don't know how accurate this is, but I'm being reliably informed that Juan Pablo Angel is Villa's 5th top Premier League goal scorer of all time. John Carews towards the bottom, but he's up there. Yeah, them names are when football was good. That's it, UFC. Yeah, that's it. We loved it back in the day when it was. We had some real mavericks in the Premier League. Pod cop like that keeper is shite. Behave yourself, lad. Behave yourself. We've had Dublin, not Collymore. Yeah, mate. I don't know. Welsh. I don't know where you're at, mate. Because you've a lot of the people you're saying aren't in the top 20 are definitely in the top 20. We've had all the answers. We've had all the answers. All of the answers we've had. I tried to rescue the quiz because you disappeared. But we have Dean Saunders is there. Dean Saunders is there. He wasn't. Welsh said he wasn't, but he is there according to the figures I have anyway. I've cheated, so I'm not playing now. Put Angel in, mate. It's not just Angel. It's loads of them. It's loads of them. There's loads of them you've got wrong. You've got Benteke as 4th. He's 6th. You've got Juan Pablo Angel as 21st, he's 5th. You've got Dion Dublin as 3rd, he's 4th. You've got Dwight York as 8th, he's 3rd. You've got Watkins and Agbonlahor right at 1st and 2nd. You've got Julian Joachim at 19th, he's 8th. You said Dean Saunders, no, he's 9th. John Carew at 6th, you said he's 10th. Savo Milosevic is 13th. Ian Taylor 14th. Lee Hendry 15th. Dalian Atkinson 16th. John McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Darren Bent and Morgan Rogers, all of which have been said. So that's the top 20. Whatever stats site you've been doing, it ain't the right one on that one. But hey, listen, either way, appreciate it all the same. Love it. We love the Welsh Wing quizzes. This new Liverpool kit screams 80s. It does. It's like the candy kit, isn't it? It's like the candy kit. Right. Let me change. Where are we up to? This new Liverpool kit screams 80s. Let's keep that one. The fact we don't know means they're just grey. Well, listen. Either way. That was the halftime quiz. Thank you very much, Welsh Wing. As appreciated as always. Always got the best quizzes. Because you went. I thought you'd gone. I thought you'd left us. Because you went dead quiet for a little bit, and people were saying, "Where's he gone?" So I just had a quick look to see what exactly it was to see if we could salvage it. I thought maybe you'd been hit with a couple of adverts or something. But yeah, all of the answers were there anyway. We got them all. It took a while, but we got there in the end. That's the main thing. Boxed up. I have a footy question. Who the F set the quiz? Do you know what? Maybe it's just a dodgy source that tonight. Welsh Wing is. You can set your watch by a Welsh Wing quiz. You can set your watch by it. He's an absolute superstar. What am I looking for? Me brain. I've lost it. Yeah, it is the candy kit, isn't it? It's a very, very nice one. Have you seen the away and the third kit as well? The third's apparently yellow. Looks like the Liverpool pyjama kit I got the missus. Can see Beardsley and Barnes in that new kit. Yeah. Beardsley and Barnes in the old candy kit. And Aldridge as well. 3-star is the new Liverpool kit, sweat resistant key after we've run your lot ragged next season. Good stuff, kind of fun, makes you think. Always good stuff. It's to be fair to Welsh, that's an anomaly. That's the first time that's happened. Need to see the new kits, not seeing them. Let me see if I can get a picture up. I can see if I can maybe get a picture up. Right, hang on. I'll get it up on the screen now when you can see it. You can have a look. Whoops-a-daisy. There you go. That's the new Liverpool kit. I don't mind it. Quite nice, actually, I thought. UFC Bar says that goal was Jones's fault. Jones's fault. I'd say a little bit more Rio Engamoa's fault as well. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to lay too much blame at the kid's door. He's only a young man, but at the end of the day, he's a part of the 11. We need to hold him to account, and it absolutely was. It's another time where we've seen Rio Engamoa not tracking back and Liverpool got caught out. It happened against United. It happened against Wolves, and it's happened here. All big important goals as well. Arne, are you back in the hoops tomorrow, Key? No, I'm back in Hearts. I'm back in the Jambos. I'm looking for the Jambos to get the win tomorrow. Anfield Vortex, hi Key, how are you today? I'm very good, mate. How are you? Very good. Kay, hi Key, have you ever tried on one of those Liverpool shirts? Which ones? That new one. Not the new one, but maybe I will do. I don't know. It looks like a kid's party tablecloth. Flattering as always. Come on, the Reds. Here we go. We're back underway for the second half here. Danny Ross, hi Paul, how's the game? It's not been great. I think Liverpool should have had a penalty first half. We concede sloppily. Don't really track our runners off a set piece. Rio Engamoa leaves his man and Morgan Rogers smashes it in. Good goal. But yeah, disappointing from a Liverpool point of view. Anfield Vortex, hi Key, how are you today? I am exceptional, mate. How are you? Jeremiah says, I'd go with that. I'd never wear it myself. Up Leeds United all day long. Anyone who buys a kit for 120 quid's an idiot. Especially when you buy them player-worn ones, right? 3-star, we have to wait till the last throws of pre-season before our kit is released. I think that's disgraceful for the club in our 5th season in the Prem. Great Liverpool kit, but I'm not buying it though. Great news, mate. Could do with 2 goals as soon as possible. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, mate. A point isn't a bad result away at Villa. It's really not a bad result. They're a good side. Very, very good side. Warning to your future viewers, Key. Prem Companion is unreliable. Should know better than to sign up anything that Neville promotes. Oh, does he promote it? Ah, well, there you go. That's it. There's your problem. Cheers, Welsh, as always, mate. Really appreciate it. Welshwing always does a good quiz. Just got let down there by the source. We'll not hold it against you, mate. Honestly, Arsenal's away kit for 26-27 looks quite cool. Arsenal have had some great kits in the last few years, haven't they? I think that quite a few have been really smart. Great ball down the right-hand side. Terrible cross from Szoboszlai. Do you know what? That's the ultimate measure of whenever people say to me, tell you what, Szoboszlai's had a great season for Liverpool, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. He had a fantastic first 3 or 4 months, and as soon as Christmas hit, he's been garbage. He's been absolutely garbage. Apart from the odd set piece, the rest of the time, liability. Great defending that. Well done. Well done. Excellent work, Gravenberch. Here's Gakpo. Over to Szoboszlai. Back to McAllister. Let's see how long Liverpool can keep this one for. Joe Gomez. Got to pick the pass out here, Joey. Maka. This fella can lose the ball. TJ Connor. Isak injured again. He's not really injured. I think they're resting him. They're protecting him for the World Cup now because I just don't think there's really anything riding on these next few games for Liverpool. Rio Ngamoa. Still playing on here. Tell you what, they claimed a goal kick, but they've not been given it. Well done. Bryce, I hate when a team I dislike comes out with a good jersey. I've seen, do you know what, a few United kits over the years have been very good. Stephen says, what World Cup match are you looking forward to the most in early games? Well, I don't know if I've said this enough, but I am doing all of them. I am going to be doing a watch-along for every single World Cup game. And these are the ones that I'm doing it on. June the 11th, Mexico. Let me see which one's going to be the best one, I would say. I think Brazil v Morocco could be a tidy game in one of the first few days. June the 13th, Brazil face Morocco. 11 p.m. UK time, kick-off. So I'll be live for that one. Netherlands v Japan at 9 o'clock on the day after. Could be a good watch. France v Senegal, 8 p.m. on the 16th. England v Croatia. Germany, Ivory Coast. Quietly should be a good game. France v Iraq. We'll be there for it. Scotland v Haiti. We'll be there for it. Scotland v Brazil. We'll be there for it. Japan v Sweden could be, again, quietly an excellent game. That one. Some good players on show. Norway v France, June 26th, 8 o'clock kickoff. Panama versus England. 10 p.m. June 27th. Egypt versus Iran. There it is, the classic. Egypt versus Iran. 4 a.m. kickoff. June 27th. I'll be there. That's gonna be the bottom of the barrel, that one. I mean, you never know. Sometimes that's the game that ends up being 4-4. Egypt against Iran. Mo Salah. We'll be watching it. And then Jordan versus Argentina on the day after, 3 a.m. Yeah, France v Norway should be good fun. Adam says Liverpool need to win here to save 6th Champions League spot for the Prem. If Villa finish above 5th, no extra Champions League spot. The thing is, Villa will lose against Man City on the final day. So, Van Dijk, yeah! Come on, he's onside, of course he is. Yeah! Go on, Verge. 1-1. That's it. What's that for? Don't be putting a check on this one. Don't be running a check on this. What are you checking for? He's miles onside. Matty Cash. Get gone. Don't talk nonsense. Matty Cash giving it this to the ref. Please. Leg it. Leg it, soft lad. He's miles onside. Nothing wrong with that. Great goal. Nothing wrong with it. Yes, Verge. Love it. I mean, I'll tell you something. There is maybe an argument to say that Rio... No, he's miles on. He's miles on. There's an argument to say that Rio Ngamoa is blocking the run of Morgan Rogers. If they rule this out after what happened with Arsenal and West Ham at the weekend, Fucking end the season. If that gets disallowed, seriously, after what happened against West Ham, you're having a laugh. Look at Arne Slot. He's saying it's ridiculous we're even checking this. What are we checking for? He's not offside. Who are you checking for offside on here? Goal! Yes! Goal! Correct. Absolutely right. Justice. Justice. Absolutely right. VAR does its job in the end. About time, sir. Thank you. We got a long old check on that one, didn't we? Sweet baby Jesus. Curry McFlurry. Good to see you, mate. Who's your favourite ever Liverpool player? My favourite ever Liverpool player is Robert Bernard Fowler, born April 9th, 1974. Bit weird that I know that, but what a player he was. That's how much Robbie Fowler was. I idolised him growing up. Max, you alright, you tart? I am good, mate. How you doing, you slag? Circle, is he offside? He's not, mate. He's miles on. He's miles on. Adam says, what's the worst decision? Luis Diaz offside v Spurs or the West Ham one this week? I mean, in terms of like the size of how damaging it was, I think the Luis Diaz one was quite clearly a terrible decision because it wasn't subjective at all. But I think in terms of how it will be remembered, I think everyone will remember the West Ham Arsenal VAR decision. I think this Premier League season will be remembered for that particular decision. Here's Ollie Watkins, got to get back. He's onside here. Mamadashvili. That's got to get ruled out. He's off, surely. Miles off. Miles offside. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, comfortably offside there. Easy peasy. Oliverian, remember, I heard Arsenal are getting a gold statue for it. 38% of Arsenal goals this season have come from set pieces. The highest percentage of any Premier League champion ever. Rio Ingamoa, hits it, lad. Strike! Off the post! Oh! Oh, Rio! So close, Rio. So close to 2-1. Liverpool now flying. This is what we wanted to see. Liverpool out the traps in the second half. Villa, you don't know what you've woke up. You've poked the beast. You've poked the beast. All you talk about is Arsenal, mate, in your head. Oh, well, yeah, I'm in your head, aren't I? Because you're here. Get a life, lad. Set pieces are made to be scored, you bell. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't like them. Of course they're made to be scored. But it's not exactly like exciting, is it? That's the problem. What a goal by Rio that could have been. Just incredible. He switches off and cost us the first goal, but could have very nearly won us the game there. Much more lively half. Max, grow up then. I mean, I'll grow up. I'll grow up. I'll take the advice on board. What the fucking hell is that? Keep him out. Oh my God. As if that's the goal we've just conceded. Oh my God. Oh, talk about the slip. Soberslai's just channeled his inner Steven Gerrard. We've had Liverpool fans saying all season, he's number 8. He's like the new... He's been an absolute embarrassment for the last 3-4 months, this fella. Put your cornrows back in and start flirting with Real Madrid like you did all friggin' after Christmas. Absolutely shocking. What the fucking hell is this, Dom? What are you doing? Just loses his footing, ends up crawling. Might be a check for offside, maybe. Maybe a slight... What is that? Dominic Szoboszlai, you absolute joker. Oh my goodness me, and it's a good finish from Ollie Watkins, but it's too easy from Liverpool. And it's just coming down, again, it's coming down to individual errors. We'll all point to Arne Slot. We'll all say, oh, Arne Slot, Arne Slot. You can't really say that's on the manager. When you've got a player losing his feet like that, that's absolutely shocking. What is the manager supposed to do when he's working with numbnuts like this? They're in again! Oh, nearly 3-1. Very nearly 3-1. Sweet baby Jesus in Nazareth. Fucking hell. Mark Networks, he's off to Bayern anyways. They can take him. Take him. Please, take him. They can have him. Gifting goals away. Absolutely. Gifting goals. How are we getting bullied by Ollie Watkins? We're not really getting bullied by Ollie Watkins, mate. We've had Ollie Watkins. Oh, that was naughty. That was naughty. Come on. Get him off. Get Ollie Watkins off there. Get him off. Let's have a red card for Ollie Watkins, please, ref. Watch this. Watch this. I mean, that's ridiculous. Canate, what are you doing, lad? What are you doing? He doesn't touch you. He doesn't touch you. Doesn't even touch you. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Slippy G lives on, Josh. Said it. Said it at the time. Went down like he'd been shot. Yeah, that was just pathetic from Canate. Oh. Tell you what, we're not gonna be on Bournemouth's Christmas card list, us. We're not gonna be on Bournemouth's Christmas card list. We're gonna cost them Champions League football here at this rate. Everyone's gonna hate Liverpool even more than they do now. Everyone's going to hate Liverpool because we threw it away against Aston Villa. It's not even Liverpool, it's just Szoboszlai. Go on, Dom. Do it right. Fix it. The slot poll might go the other way soon. It shouldn't do, though. It really shouldn't do. Ball all the way back to Emiliano Martinez. Disgraceful from Gabriel Okanate. Cheeky. Cheeky. I can't really argue with it, though. That was a dive. That was a dive from Kanate. Mercury, I wish Szoboszlai would have gone last season so he wouldn't have scored that bullshit Worldie FK against Arsenal. We'd have wrapped the title up. I mean... Szoboszlai is right now maybe our most valuable asset. I'd quite happily sell him. I have no problem at all. There's not a single one in this Liverpool squad that I'm like mega attached to. Gravenberch, maybe. I wouldn't want to sell Gravenberch. I wouldn't want to sell Van Dijk. I wouldn't want to sell... Oh, Gomez just flew into him there. That's a yellow card, Joe Gomez. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. Madhouse. Oh, sorry, Warriors Ball. Don't bottle Champions League football, mate. We're not bottling Champions League football. We're not bottling Champions League football. But isn't it funny? Joe Gomez has just got a yellow card for that, for exactly what Liverpool should have got a penalty for in the first half. It's exactly what happened to Cody Gakpo in the first half. Cody Gakpo did it. He got exactly that in the first half. City of Northville Verts is ours, I call dibs. I mean, Verts has been out due to sickness, wasn't it? It wasn't injury, it was sickness. And I wonder whether or not we'll see Verts and Mo Salah in this one. Got 30 minutes left here. We need to find a goal. 2-1 down. Look, says, looks like a lot of Liverpool players are not inspired to fight under Slot. Never saw that under Klopp. Eh? Did you watch Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp? Because that happened a number of seasons under Jurgen Klopp, mate. I remember Liverpool losing 6 home games on the spin under Jurgen Klopp. I remember us finishing 5th under Jurgen Klopp just a few years ago. We've had plenty of seasons where the players didn't look like they were fighting. And also, by the way, plenty of seasons where it looked like we were chasing shadows under Jurgen Klopp. Didn't know what the idea was. Didn't know what the game plan was. There was plenty of that. It's a lot of revisionism going on with Jurgen Klopp. Apparently, it's dead easy to say Jurgen Klopp's this wonderful, perfect manager and everything was fantastic. It's not the case. Jurgen Klopp was a wonderful manager, but and I love him to bits. But to argue that we didn't have any bad times under him is completely false. Szoboszlai, corner to Liverpool. Here we go. Corner Liverpool. He pulled a hammy celebrating, so he's cool. Adam Timmins says there are rules outside the box and on goalkeepers. Apparently so. Szoboszlai corner. Header. Villa just about get it away. Oliverian Klopp was good for the league. Even I admit that. Oh, he was very good for the league. And he's a Liverpool legend no matter what you think. But I think the idea that we just didn't have any issues under him is just false. Chance should be 3. Oh, great save, Mamardashvili. Apparently he's shite, but what a save from Mamardashvili. Excellent. Better from Liverpool, this. McGinn. U10 says, Key, I've just found out James McConnell's on the bench. I had no idea he came back from Ajax. Well, yeah, James McConnell from Ajax. What a season he had for us. Was it last year or the year before when he came in under Klopp? And he did play a little bit under Slot as well. Very talented midfielder. We could do with him. I'd rather him in there than McAllister, to be honest. Much rather him. Proud Gooner says, Key saying Arsenal play boring football. Wow, look at Liverpool. But that is true. Arsenal do play boring football, don't they? Liverpool play better football in terms of attractiveness, but we play far worse in terms of effectiveness and efficiency. We're nowhere near as effective at trying to play good football. Arsenal are very effective at playing dull, efficient football, right? Adam, dude, listen, Chief. I know you're desperate to get a bit of attention. I know you've not been noticed in a while, mate. Please don't spam the chat. I don't want to have to mute and block people. I really like keeping people in. I'd rather you say all you want, have a pop at me, do whatever you want. But if you spam, all you're basically saying to everyone in the chat is, I'm more important than you. So don't be a dick, mate. Don't be a knob. Just be sound. You can say whatever you want. I'm not bothered. Say whatever you want. But it's getting a bit look at me, innit? There you go. One time, you said it. There you go. You say it one time, no problem. Fine. Proud Gooner says, better football, but don't get results. I know, but that's it. I didn't argue that we played better football in terms of effectiveness, did I? It was not the case at all. DJ Sony, what was the halftime quiz? It was top 20 Villa goal scorers in Premier League history. Done with the recreation of that Gerrard slip. Yes. Here we go. Szoboszlai, too easy that. And Martinez comes and claims it. Pumped up the pitch. They're in here. Go on, Kirkes. Well done, great tackle. Excellent play from Kirkes. Great play. Go on, here we go. Not sure why we've gone Chiesa. What the fucking hell is that? He's offside there. What is that? It's Luke says, is Chiesa's contract up this summer? No, I think he's still got another year left. But honestly, we probably should just move Chiesa on. He's not fit. He's not fit. He's not been physically or mentally right to play football. As per, that's what he said, and that's what Gattuso's said. They've not been physically or mentally in the right place. He's not been physically or mentally in the right place to play football and start football matches. So I think it's time that he moves on. Mikey Watkins bullied us all night. I mean, that's just not true. He's not bullied us all night. He's definitely not bullied us all night. I don't know what game you're watching, Mikey. He scored one goal, and he's only scored it because we've literally fell on the ball, and Dominic Szoboszlai, who apparently can do no wrong, he's been garbage and threw the ball in our own net, basically. But again, people will use this as an excuse to blame the manager. Well, it was 1-1. We'd just hit the post. Liverpool were up in the ascendancy. We were in the ascendancy, and all of a sudden, Dominic Szoboszlai falls on the floor and throws the ball in our own net, basically. So that's not on the manager. Again, it's individual errors from a player that we should be trusting. But again, it'll be used by the slot outers, the gang of divvies who are delighted. Let's be honest. Then the slot outers are absolutely delighted with the scoreline now. Absolutely made up with it. Can't wait for full time. Made up with it. Here's Matty Cash. Headed away. Buzzer says, Key, I know you'll like to keep this layout as you're using it now, but I'm in love with it. Nice. Cheers, Buzzer. Thanks, mate. Strike. Oh, off the bar. Oh, what an effort from Villa that was. Who was it? Buendia. What a strike that was. What a strike. Excellent effort that from Buendia. Proud Gooner, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be slot out 100%. Well, hey, that's up to you, mate. But I honestly, every Liverpool fan I've spoken to, who I have spoken to about all the different things that have gone wrong this season, it's really hard to pin the vast majority of them on the manager, and you can't really ignore him either. Can't really ignore him. And plus, whenever you speak to Liverpool fans, you're also saying, where should Liverpool have finished this season? Like, most Liverpool fans would argue, there's absolutely no way we've been good enough to compete with City or Arsenal. We haven't got the squad to compete with City or Arsenal. Put Jurgen Klopp in charge of this Liverpool team. Where did he finish? Oh my God, please sell Alexis McAllister. Oh my God. Oh, I'm ashamed. I am absolutely ashamed. I am absolutely ashamed by what I have just seen. Oh my goodness me. That is ridiculous from Alexis McAllister. Absolutely shocking. That is an embarrassment. That is an absolute embarrassment. If ever we were talking about getting rid of Alexis McAllister for his on-the-field performances, sack him, get him gone for that. That is disgusting. Locke says, so is the solution for Liverpool to spend another $500 million in the summer? It is, yeah, it is. Absolutely it is. We've got to spend the same sort of money that Arsenal and City are spending. If we can catch up to you guys in terms of what you've spent, then maybe we will. We have to spend about another $500 million, $500 million to catch up to Arsenal. So yes, if we spend another $500 million, we'll have spent about what Arsenal have, and then, and only then, maybe we can compete with Arsenal. Bryce says, how embarrassing is that from McAllister? You'd have to knock me out to get me a roll around on the ground like that. They know there are cameras everywhere. I don't get it. Honestly, McAllister's been shocking all season as a footballer, but that was an embarrassment then. Ball whipped in. Strike from the edge of the box. Good save. Mamardashvili, couple of great saves. He might be offside there. Watkins again. Couple of big saves from the keeper. But again, it counts for nothing when the defence just aren't reacting. 3-1 Villa. There might be a check. There might be a possible check, but I can't see it. Villa 3-1 up. And all of that has come from Dominic Szoboszlai. With Liverpool were in the ascendancy. We were absolutely flying. We were the better team. 1-1. We come out the traps in the second half. Dominic Szoboszlai throws the ball in our net, basically. Absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea why we're surrounding the referee. Do you know what? We deserve to lose this. We deserve to lose this just for that fucking McAllister dive a few minutes ago. Just for that. Absolutely outrageous. Let's see this back. Is there going to be a check? The ball gets played in. As it comes back in. Oh, Curtis fucking Jones. Curtis Jones is that? Who is that? Is it Curtis or Chiesa? It's Chiesa, isn't it? It's Chiesa. Oh my God. Federico Chiesa. Why are you that deep, lad? Why are you that deep? Two players. It's all on two players, this. Two massive errors from two players. Federico Chiesa and Dominic Szoboszlai. And honestly, I wouldn't lose any sleep at all. If we lost both of them in the summer. Wouldn't lose anywhere near any sleep if we lost both of them in the summer. Ridiculous. Why did they leave both of them open in front of goal? Because if all of the defence had pushed out, Chiesa stayed deep, all the defence pushed out. I have no idea why Chiesa's that deep. McAllister, Chiesa, Szoboszlai, get him gone. Get him gone. Oh, great, here's Mo Salah. Just what we needed. Mo Salah coming on, fantastic. Made up with that. Let's get Mo Salah on. Just when we need someone to miss some chances. Mo Salah will come on and miss some chances, I'm sure. Game's done. Again, we're just talking about individual errors. It's so hard to point at a system and say the manager's got to do better when, you know, you're looking at individual errors from key players. Look at Chiesa is not a Premier League footballer. I'm sorry, he's not. We're playing with 10 men on the pitch. Chiesa is not a Premier League footballer. We've said it all season. He shouldn't be even playing. But we haven't got anyone else. I mean, it stands to reason. We've got Federico Chiesa coming off the bench. You know, City are bringing Marmoush off the bench. Arsenal are bringing Eze off the bench. We're bringing Federico Chiesa. U10 says Chiesa might be the worst footballer ever. He's not the worst footballer ever, but it's a really, really damning indictment of where Liverpool Football Club are that we've got Federico Chiesa coming on. And it just shows they've totally sold the manager down the river this season. They've absolutely let the manager down. The fact that we're trying to compete in a title race, we've defending our title. We've got Federico Chiesa. That's what we're relying on. Federico Chiesa. We've got Will Wright on the bench. We've got Ndai. We've got Amara Nallo coming off the bench half the time. We've had just ridiculous. Here's Mo Salah. Comes to something when I'm waiting for Mo Salah to give the ball away. Mo Salah into Curtis Jones. Too easy. Again, too easy. Far too easy. Jim Viking, I don't know how you dare be so sarcastic of Mo Salah after the years of joy, goals and trophies he's brought Liverpool. Have you watched much of him this season? I'm guessing no. Mo Salah with a corner. Villa easily defend it. Again, Not great from Salah. Poor corner. Good tackle. Great Susanu says they want this goofer in for another year. I do. If you're watching this and you think changing the manager gets better out of these players, you're on Mars. You've lost your head. If you think that changing the manager gets better out of these players when we've seen the individual errors they've had tonight, do you think putting Jurgen Klopp in charge magically stops Dominic Szoboszlai losing his feet? Does that help? No, it doesn't. It's nothing to do with the manager. We literally came out the second half and did really well. We was back in the game. We was the better team. Szoboszlai throws the ball in the net and Chiesa's just absolutely killed us. Horrific from two players. And McAllister as well has not been great again for the umpteenth time this season. What the hell is that? Proud Gooner, you need to get Carragher and Owen back in the squad. Mate, I'm telling you, Gerrard now, at his age, at his ripe old age, would do a better job in midfield than Alexis McAllister. Rio. Terrible. Running down a blind alley. You don't think the manager can do better with the players who won the league last year? They're not the players who won the league last year, are they? Evidently. We sold a third of the squad, mate. I don't know if you've maybe not kept up with football news. Maybe you've been in a coma for a while, I don't know. But we sold a third of the squad last year, mate. It's not the league champions anymore. Jim Viking, yes, he's been poor, that's plain to see, but he's been the best player in the league the past 5-6 years. Give him some respect. What do you mean, give him some respect? Hang on a minute. Steven Gerrard's been our greatest ever player in my lifetime. If he was on that pitch now, I'd be saying he's shite. Do you know why? Because if you can't pass 5 yards, it doesn't matter how good you've been 3, 4, 5 years ago. It doesn't matter how good you've been. I'm not saying he's a terrible player, he's been awful, he's not a legend or anything like that. I'm saying right now on the pitch, Mo Salah's not the player that he was. Not even close to the player that he was. And not only that, he's been a bellend behind the scenes. He's already apologised God knows how many times this season. Villa, far post, good header away by Canate. Got 10 minutes left. We've got to get a goal here. Get a goal back and we can turn it round. Proud Gooner, Liverpool need a serious transfer window in the summer. Offload the scrubbers and upgrade. Will the owners supply the finances is the question, Key. I mean, we've got it. If we actually want to compete with Arsenal, mate, if we want to compete with you lads, we need to spend the money that you have. That's the question. I've just put your comment there at the top. That's it. Liverpool have got to spend the money that Arsenal have spent. We've got to go and spend that money. It's no good saying we're ambitious and we want to compete and all that sort of stuff. But if you've spent half what your rivals have, that's why Arsenal are where they are, isn't it? Arsenal are where they are because they've spent £1 billion assembling that squad. Liverpool have spent half that amount. We need to spend that sort of money. Liverpool need to spend that sort of money. Here's Florian Wirtz. Out to Mo Salah. Into Wirtz. Excellent play from Liverpool. That's a corner. Better. Much better. Much, much better. What game are you watching tomorrow? Tomorrow we're doing 2. We're doing Hearts at Celtic for the SPL title decider, and then we're doing the FA Cup final at 3 o'clock. So we'll be live for both of them tomorrow. Flicked on, cleared away by Villa. Super Venky, I wonder how the fans who booed Slot last game for taking Rio off, seeing his performance today. A whole lot of running with no results. I mean, he's hit the post, he's done okay, but he's also at fault. Like, massively at fault for the goal. He's massively at fault for the goal. The first goal is on Rio. The second goal is on Szoboszlai. And the third goal is on Chiesa. Locke says, yes, but who do you buy that wants to play for Liverpool? Well, Liverpool have been in the Europa League before, mate. We've still signed top players. It's never stopped us before. Same as United. United have always signed top players. The biggest clubs in the land will always sign top players, irrespective of what competition they're in. Now, Liverpool aren't going to be in the Europa League next year. That's nonsense. Liverpool are not going to be in the Europa League next year. We'll 1,000,000% be a Champions League club. However, even if I was to say, worst case scenario, let's say Liverpool are going to be in the Europa League, it wouldn't prevent a single thing. Look at the state of that from Martinez. Hang on a minute, in what world is that not a penalty? Look at Martinez. Oh my God. How's that not a penalty? Liverpool should have had 2 in this game. Liverpool should have had 2 more. 2 penalties in this game. Hey, yes, what would you do if Szoboszlai wants to leave? Sell him. Sell him, he can go. He can go. He can absolutely go for me. Get him gone. Yeah, get him gone. Happily. Not great. Really not great. Barca linked to Szoboszlai. They can have him. They can have him. They can have him. They're welcome to him. Five minutes left to go. It's not been a brilliant night for Liverpool. I mean, it was a bit of a dead rubber anyway. It wasn't ever going to be a decisive game, this one. But I guess the positive to take is that Aston Villa now will go to City, arrest everyone, and it gives City a chance of winning the league and saving football to some extent, I guess. Herbie says Liverpool really messed up with the players going out and those coming in. Very poor judgment from a big club. Who do you think would be better run? Well, listen, none of the signings that Liverpool made were necessarily bad signings. Frimpong, maybe. But they're all good signings. They're just not ready yet. That's the problem. Like, Isak is a very, very good signing, but he's injured. He's injured. He's been injured all season. So, what can you do? Chiesa, not good enough. Wirtz, you sign players like Wirtz and Ekitike and Kirkes and Giovanni Leone. You sign these players not because of what they are right now. You sign them for what they'll become. They're 21-year-old, 18-year-old in Leone's case, or even Rio Ngamoa. We signed Rio Ngamoa as well to come in this season. 16-year-old kid. So you don't sign 16 years old and 18 years old and 21, 22 years old. You don't sign them with the expectation that they're going to come in and play immediately and be the finished product. They're going to be players that grow and adapt and probably become better players in 2-3 years' time. You wouldn't give any other team's players that grace. Wrong. I've done it all season, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've defended Sesko. I've defended Voltemade. I've defended loads of players who are young and come to the Premier League as new players from other countries. I've said it consistently across all the players. All players. Johnny says, so why spend so much money and then them? You make no sense. You spent money on them to try and build a squad. I don't think we spent... I personally don't think Liverpool this summer... I don't think we ever really made it. There was never any intention for Liverpool to compete. What a goal that is. What an absolute worldie that is from John McGinn. 4-1 Villa, and it's an absolute thrashing. It's an absolute thrashing. The scoreline will flatter Villa. The scoreline will flatter Villa. 2 goals have been an absolute abomination from Liverpool's. From Szoboszlai, from Chiesa. 2 massive, massive errors. And Liverpool should have had at least 1 penalty as well. Maybe 2. So you could argue Liverpool have been a bit unlucky tonight, but still, the scoreline doesn't... That's not going to tell the picture. It's going to say 4-1 Villa. Liverpool have been absolutely trounced in terms of the scoreline. Oh, it's a hell of a finish, though, from maybe my favourite player in the Premier League. What a finish that is. That's just... That is unplayable. That is absolutely unplayable from John McGinn. What a goal that is. Oh, straight in the top corner. World class John McGinn. Just a fantastic footballer, isn't he? An absolutely fantastic footballer. Michael says Liverpool had most of their great players before Arteta got there in 2019. Yeah, but they've all got old, mate, and left. You have to spend money to replace them. So we are now basically where Arteta was in 2019. That's basically where Liverpool are right now. Broadly, maybe a little bit better off. But that's basically where we are now. We've got a big rebuild job. We've got to get rid of the Van Dijks, the Alissons, the Salahs, the Robertsons. Trent's already left. We've still not really replaced Sadio Mane, Fabinho or Firmino. You know, we've still got to get these players replaced, and we just haven't done that yet. So it's a long rebuild job for Liverpool. A long, long rebuild job. Fully deserved that goal, Villa. 4-1. Fucking hell, man. Absolutely shocking. Keeper should save that. Behave yourself. Keeper should save that. No, you need 3 keepers to save that. You'd need 3 keepers. Never. Corner to Liverpool. We'll take that. Any chance at all of maybe getting a bit of a consolation? Goop says spent over 300 million on attackers and you've not replaced your attack. We didn't spend over 300 million on attackers. Wirtz isn't as part of the front 3. Wirtz is part of our midfield, mate. He's a 10. So, no, we haven't spent 300 million on our attack. And again, that's only relevant if that 300 million is on the pitch. Get in! It's 4-4-2. We've got one back and it's Van Dijk again. He's the only one for Liverpool. He really is the only one. Crossing from the right-hand side. Van Dijk header, 4-2. He's the only one. Honestly, he's been our star again this season. Don't care what anyone says. He's still the best defender in the world. Absolutely unbelievable player. He's still an absolute titan, an absolute colossus at the back, Virgil van Dijk. It's a great header. 4-2. We're not going to get back into this. Lord Yorkshire, so you're saying there's a chance? You're telling me there's a chance? Come on. 6 minutes for 2 goals. We've done it before. We scored 3 against AC Milan with a worse side than this. The greatest AC Milan side. Cafu, Stam, Maldini, Pirlo, Gattuso, Kaká. The greatest. Tony says set piece FC now. We didn't score off a set piece there. That wasn't off a set piece. That wasn't off a set piece. Better Z says, I know you criticise Arsenal for how they play, but Liverpool also play some awful football. We play awful football. I don't disagree with that. But we don't. That's not due to the manager's system or style. The manager wants to play good attacking football, but he doesn't have the tools to do it. Doesn't have the pieces to do it. We've got round pegs in square holes at Liverpool Football Club because they let the manager down in the summer. Excellent run. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. Absolute dive. A dive. Disgusting. Rankin says the greatest AC Milan side was Hullet, Van Basten and Rijkaard, Baresi, Maldini et al. Google is your friend. I disagree. I think AC Milan of 2004, 2006, they won 3 Champions League. Well, they were 3 Champions League finals in 6 years, weren't they? Yeah, I think that was every bit as good. Inzaghi, absolutely unbelievable. Maldini, Cafu, Stam, Nesta. Yeah, I disagree. Pirlo, Kaká, Gattuso. Hell of a team. But hey, to each their own, mate. To each their own. Let the manager down with 500 million. Yeah, they didn't. The manager doesn't spend it. The manager doesn't spend it. This is what a lot of people don't seem to understand. Manager doesn't spend it. If the manager spent it, I would say less. I think if the manager spent it, I would absolutely say, listen, fine, get him out. He's made his bed. He needs to lie in it. But the manager didn't spend a penny of it. Douglas Luiz, throw-in. Sweet baby Jesus of Nazareth. Corner for Villa. Cleared away. Well, we've had a fair few goals tonight, if nothing else. 6 goals. It's been entertaining for the neutral, hasn't it? Maybe not for me, but entertaining for the neutral nonetheless. Villa 4, Liverpool 2. We go again. We only need a point, really. We don't even need a point. We've got the Champions League sewn up. Brentford can come and beat us on the final day. We're not missing out on Champions League football because Bournemouth aren't winning both of their games. So, yeah, doesn't really make any difference. Even if Bournemouth were to win and draw one and we were to get beat against Brentford, we still get Champions League football. Do you know why? We've got a much better goal difference than them. So no, there's no world at all where Bournemouth finish above Liverpool. The only world where that happens if they beat City next week. And do you know what? If they beat City next week, I'll maybe start to panic. But no, they're not going to beat City next week. City win. Put the pressure on Arsenal to the final day. Oh, unlucky. 60 seconds left. Michael Pounce, can you win the league next season? No. No, we cannot win the league next season. And I will say that irrespective of who we sign in the summer. We need to spend another 500 million quid again this summer. That's the sort of ambition this Liverpool board need to show. They need to go out there and spend the sort of money that Arsenal have been spending for years. We need to go and spend that sort of money to start to compete with those sides again. Because as it stands, you can't spend half what your rivals are over a prolonged period of time. If you spend half what your rivals are, you'll start to fall behind them. And that's kind of what Liverpool have done. We've rested on our laurels for too long. We're now starting to rebuild and sign some quality young players. Problem is with young players is they take some time to adapt and time to grow. You're not signing them based on where they are now. You're signing them based on where they'll be in 2-3 years' time. So we need some time. We're not going to be title chasers next year. I think for Liverpool next year, success probably looks like third, maybe with a good cup run. Again, it's going to be another transitional year. Whoever the manager is. And this is why sacking the manager is just totally... like, when people come in and say, zero ball knowledge, bro. Yeah, zero ball knowledge. If you think changing the manager solves anything with that bunch, you are on Mars. You are off your head. Off your head. Right. Michael says, with this manager, though, he doesn't have a defensive bone in his body. That's good, though, isn't it? We need attacking managers in the Premier League. That's a big problem for the Premier League's brand. If you have all Arteta's managing in the Prem, I'm telling you, sponsorship falls massively. Bryce says he'd say Brighton are more of a threat right now. I can't see Bournemouth beating City, but I could see Brighton winning their last two, and their goal difference is equal to Liverpool right now. Well, Brighton have got Leeds away, and they've got Manchester United at home. Again, I don't really see that being... I don't see Brighton beating both of those. And in any case, I don't see Liverpool not beating Brentford, or at least getting a point on the final day. In any case, Liverpool are still qualifying for the Champions League. This is not going to prove to be a decisive result in the grand scheme of things, but it is a really illuminating performance from Liverpool in terms of it's telling you some things. I just feel like if you're still blaming the manager and you look at that bunch of players and you think, yeah, do you know what? If we gave him a better manager, if we gave him a different type of manager, you'd get fourth or third or second or first out of that bunch. You're talking out your ass. Liverpool's manager is not the problem. It's the absolute wasters on the pitch. There's 8 or 9 need to leave in the summer, and 8 or 9 will leave in the summer. 7 left last year. It'll be at least another 7 next year. 7 last year, 7 this year. I'm telling you, you wait and see. Liverpool will sell another third of our squad, and as right we should. Right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow for 2 more games. We'll be back for the FA Cup final at 3 o'clock. But before that, Celtic against Hearts, 12:30 tomorrow. That is going to be massive. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Can't wait for that one. Hearts only need a point to secure their first title in 66 years. It'll be the first time in 41 years that anybody other than Celtic and Rangers has won the Scottish Premier League. Can't wait. Hopefully Hearts do it. Everyone's behind the Jambos tomorrow. Come on, the Jam Tarts and Derek McInnes team. Let's go for it. We'll watch that one tomorrow at 12:30. And straight after that, it's going to be the FA Cup final. So I'll be live for 2 games tomorrow. We'll have a chat again, I'm sure, about all this. If you want to come in and give me some stick and give me some grief, fine, right? But I'll be live tomorrow to talk about that all afternoon. And Sunday, we've got a lot of big games on Sunday. Nottingham Forest trip to Old Trafford at 12:30, followed by Newcastle against West Ham. And that is going to be pivotal in the relegation battle, isn't it? If West Ham can get a win there, then Spurs will just start panicking a little bit, getting a bit nervy. Who's more nervy at this point, Arsenal or Spurs? That might be the big test. Right. Lots of love. Thank you everyone in the chat. Really appreciate everyone for all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, all the love, all the subs, all that good stuff. If you want to see more, please like, subscribe. If you want to see more lives popping up on your feed. If not, I really appreciate you coming in and commenting anyway. Lots of people tend to find the channel through fan reactions, clips and things like that. And I have nothing to do with that, but it's good to see people coming in, and generally they come in, get a different impression of what the live's like, and we go from there. But yeah, we're live every day. We watch every single, well, not every single Premier League game, but we watch a game every single day with this wonderful community of people. Lots of different football fans. It's not just Liverpool or Man United or Arsenal or whatever. We've got a lot of different fans from all around the world who watch games together every day. And we have a laugh, we do quizzes, we talk about shite when the game's a bit naff. And unfortunately, when my team loses, I get the piss ripped out of me. But it's all good, because when your team loses, I'll take the piss out of you. That's how it works. So it's all good. Right. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy your Friday. Hope you had a good week, whatever you've been doing with it. I'll catch you all tomorrow, 12:30. Hearts away at Celtic.